Greetings, Tetris citizens. It's your old pal back with more classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters for May 2025. What we've got for you today is the orange bracket. And actually, we're not doing match one. So we tried to fulfill that slot. Well, unfortunately, the original player, Sharky, had to drop out. We brought in a substitute player, Doodle, who is actually the seed just below Sharky. And Doodle had to drop out. So we're just saying, you know what? We tried. Knight, you'll be moving on to round two. So what we're going to do is the round two match between Fractal and Knight. And the winner will move on to a top 16 against, just Pixel Andy. No big deal. So we're going to do that solo match out of the orange bracket. And then we are going to make some progress in our, the other, what do we have? Whoa, what do we have? Hold on. Let me look at the schedule. Oh yeah, it's going to be the blue. And in fact, let me do it this way. Get rid of the placard. Yeah, get rid of that, and we'll show you the real one. Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do is then blue top 16, NGC versus CHROMA. So right here, now it's gonna just be a solo. We're not doing the full top 16 because Rorschach and Bendy weren't quite available, but we're getting matches done as we can do them. And so that is what we're going to do. We're going to do that orange bracket, that round two match, Fractal Knight, top 16, NGC man CHROMA. Now, right after this broadcast, we're also going to do the green and aqua top 16 from Masters. And these times are not exactly right. That's actually 2 p.m. But it's going to be Dog, Tugi, SV, Deck. So Dog versus Tugi, SV versus Deck, winner versus winner for a semi-final spot in Masters. That is, just keep it tuned here if you're on Twitch. On YouTube, you might have to blump around a little bit, but that's okay. That is the order of operations. Take a look at our rules. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console so long as game mechanics appears and statistics are unmodified, and they can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used. That was all one breath. That's not bad. Whether electronical or mechanical or biological, no biological turbo. Players should not receive any real-time in-game advice, and they should not pause unless I, the commentator, tell them to. Level 18 starts all the way through. Same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of each match. And players, please make sure your hertz and input display are turned on. And players, remember, this is a DAS tournament, so please do play DAS. There are other tournaments that are not DAS tournaments, and there's plenty. In fact, nearly every other tournament is not a DAS tournament, but this is a DAS tournament, so please do play DAS, and if you don't want to, there are other tournaments to play other play styles. Best of 5 throughout, except for the best of 7 in the finals. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which has swelled to $609.70. We had a big chunk thrown in there by our good friend and supporter, Scott Gray. So thank you, Scott Gray, for helping to support DAS Masters, and we are now over halfway to our $1,200 incentive. If we get there, we can pay the top 8, and you can help us get there. Use the Matcherino command if you're watching live on Twitch and YouTube. That'll bring up 3 links, actually. The first one is the one for Mega Masters. The second one is the one for the Masters event May. And the third one is the one for this tournament. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page with our prize partner, Matcherino. And then the top right-hand corner, that's where you log in. You can use your existing Twitch or YouTube account to do that. Once you're logged in, you can click on a mustard-colored button that says Contribute, and it'll open up a little dialogue, which is where you can I presume you're smart enough to take it from there after you clicked on that contribute button. If you're watching after the fact, you can use go.ctm.gg/DAS prize to get there. And, you know, do I even have to tell you why the prize pool is important? I won't tell you why it's important. And that reason is that, you know, it keeps the players coming back. It rewards them for, coming back every month and putting in the time. And so I'm not going to tell you that. I'm also not going to tell you why it's important to support the channel, you know, which is because without this channel, we couldn't run the competitions, and without the availability of a commentator to go 24/7 whenever the players are available to stream, we could not run 2 high-level 32-player tournaments across multiple play styles. It wouldn't be possible. And so I'm not going to tell you that. So, you know, you don't have to listen. And I'm not going to thank our double sticker and community level members, or our Mega Masters, Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal, Shall Be at the Masters level, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kate McMonkey, and Mila at the bracket sponsor level. I'm not going to thank them because I think that just the satisfaction of knowing that they're supporting something that they love is enough for them. So thank you, everybody. That's not that. That's this. I'm also not going to tell you go to the merch store, because you already know to go to the merch store at ctm.wtf, and that you can gift merchandise to the Twitch chat if you want to. So I don't even need to tell you that. Okay. What we are going to do is go over to our bracket scene, and we're going to feel good about having our players here ready to go. We're going to feel good that Fractal is going to go on Hertz and input display. We're going to feel good about that. We're not going to feel good about the fact that Fractal's head is chopped off, but that's fine. It's okay. You know, not everything can be perfect all the time, but it's okay. It's fine. And we're going to, let's see, we're going to, oh, I got this great clear cameras for both. Fractal, I don't know if you're in a position maybe to point it up. I'm happy to get less of the controller, more of the either top of your head, but that's up to you. If you can't do it, that's okay too. So whatever you can do is fine. That'll work. Yeah, you don't have to move your chair. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm happy to have the controller cut off, and we just want to see your beautiful haircut and your smiling face. That is what is most important. So, okay, good. Looks good. We'll do that. We'll make sure these players are like roughly, same scale here, and then we will use our television magic to make it look like we're in Fractal's room. Television magic. All right, we'll extend that color out a little bit. Oh my God, that doesn't look great, but that's fine. Okay, we're feeling good. We're gonna go ahead and give these players their pieces. Blingus, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate that. The pieces are here, but players, you can continue to warm up for a moment. We're not super tightly scheduled with this one, but if we have an opportunity to start the other one early, I'd like to take it because, this thing after that, it's kind of tight. But yeah, I mean, take the warm up you need. Yeah, but 5 matches overall today, 2 from DAS Masters, 3 from Masters. That's a good Saturday, right? You got, and look at, Fractal versus Knight, sick. NGC, man, CHROMA, sick. Those Masters top 16, equally sick. Oh, let me sort my little sheet here. What is this? Orange. Orange, you glad? All right, orange and what was the other one? Blue. I think orange and blue is what we're doing. Yeah. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Carnation instant breakfast. You're gonna love it in an instant. I am feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling jacked and pumped. I'm shot out of a cannon today. I'm loaded up on caffeine. It's an early part of the day, so I still got that, you know, energy. I'm excited for Tetris. Anyway, the pieces are here. BFE2BD. I know Summer B's not even here. That was for Summer B, actually. I normally listen to like audiobooks and like lectures and stuff in the shower, and I didn't today. And I came up with about 8 ideas for Nestris.org, and you know, and I'm excited about those ideas. No one's gonna do them, but they're really good ideas. I'll tell them the ideas. I'll make a list. I'll make a YouTube video. 7 ideas. Hey guys, I've got 7 ideas for Nestris.org. All right, Knight. As soon as you are ready, you know, no rush, but you know, let's go. I'm gonna refresh the streams, by the way, because I think they both started kind of at different times, and this game is kind of sick. Okay, yeah, go. Continue. Don't top out. Oh no. Sorry. We do have a lot to get to, though. It was too. Listen. Well, what do you want me to do? We got 4 more matches after this. I'm trying to be a good guy. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be a good guy. Guys. I'm just trying to be a good guy. All right, and Fractal's stream never came back, I guess. Why is Fractal's stream not back? It's still like loading. There he is. He's back. Chroma says, "Let's see how you feel when I perform like crap again and somehow still win my match." I'm happy for anyone to win their match in any manner that suits them. BFE2BD, both players are ready. It is to be determined who wins this one. Fractal or Knight Orange bracket round 2. The winner will face Pixelandy in the top 16. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. The player on the left side is Fractal, who qualified into seed number 16 with a 1.02 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period using the DAS playstyle. In virtue of that top 16 qualifier, Fractal gets to get a 1-round bye and did not have to play in round 1. And also Knight did not have to play in round 1 because 2 different opponents were so afraid of what Knight can do that they dodged, man. I mean, what the heck? I don't know. Sharky qualified into seed number 32 and unfortunately was unable to participate. And so we're like, all right, no problem. Seed number 32, we can just get whoever was 33 seed and not disrupt the bracket at all. And so that was Doodle, and then Doodle's like, yep, I'm going to play. And Doodle's like, oh, wait, yeah, I can't play. So we just, we made an effort and couldn't really, it just wasn't going to work. So Knight will get a bye into round 2 as well. 82,000 for Knight, 103 for Fractal. So Knight qualified in with a 1.028, really just a qualifier, 700 points short of Fractal, so their qualifiers super close. 126 for Fractal, 104, now 127 for Knight. Fractal from the United States of America has a DAS PB of 1.22 million the last time I checked, which is good. We're about 42nd on the PB rankings. Was ranked number 2. Was it number 2? Is that right? Holy moly. Let me look at that. Oh, DAS? Yeah, Fractal was ranked number 2. Oh my word. In the most recent Premier poll for the DAS playstyle, the Premier poll is a ranking of Tetris players for each open and DAS competition, and you can see that all the rankings at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end for like no good reason, but that's why it is there. Anyway, Fractal is the reigning Jonas Cup winner. Jonas Cup is CTWC's North American DAS Championship, and I believe Fractal is going to be going out to Germany to play in CTWC's DAS World Championship. 288 for Fractal, 206 for Knight. Fractal also a 9-time CTM Masters event winner, which is inclusive of Mega Masters, which is twice. He's been our CTM World Champion twice. And also Lone Star. 212 for Knight. And he's third on the overall CTM Majors wins list behind Corian and Dog. And Dog, earned that one last month to get to number 10. Second all by himself. Fractal has been in the semifinals of this event a couple of times. And yeah, those 9 CTM wins. Pretty good. Also, did I mention he's a CTWC World Champion? That was back in 2023. On the right side of your screen, it is Knight, a Canadian. So if you're everybody, there's an actual Canadian here. Has a DAS PB of 1.29. That's good for about 12th on the overall list. Knight is a former Futures Circuit winner, played in the gold bracket in CTWC 2021 and 2022. And DAS-wise was third in the Genesis DAS event this year. And plays and had a good showing at Jonas Cup as well. And for some reason that placement got deleted out of my sheet here for some reason. But Knight had some very noteworthy, rewatchable matches in Jonas Cup, and I recommend that you go back and watch that entire event. 541 for Fractal, 365 for Knight. Yeah, they played each other in the Jonas Cup. That's right, they played each other in Jonas Cup in a wild match. Now, of course, since you know that Fractal won the Jonas Cup, you know the ultimate result. But you don't know how they got there. So I would strongly recommend that you watch that match. 411 for Knight, 609 for Fractal. Yeah, why did my stat sheet got decimated somehow? And I don't know why. Does somebody else have access to it? I'll have to look. It's probably me. 655 for Fractal. 1 line to go until the 19 transition. So at 130 lines, that's the speed does increase. Knight is in at 482. That speed increases, and then the scoring starts to ratchet up. Tetrises go up 1,200 points every color change, which is every 10 lines. Tetris for Knight, 515. Fractal's board requires some attention. Which he's currently giving at 544 for Knight. 714 for Fractal. Fractal still trying to burn this down. So this is going to give Knight the opportunity she needs to try and close the gap a little bit. Now within 150,000 points. Knight set up for a Tetris. Fractal now has extricated himself from that situation, but is building and is now built and is now getting a Tetris 751. Oh, interesting placement of that L piece to the left side. Kind of set up this tuck and a left well. That was an interesting placement. 783 for Fractal. I'm going to be reviewing that later. 765 for, 665 for Knight. My apologies. Tetris for Fractal, 843, 698 for Knight. So still about 140,000 point lead. And this is a pretty good score for Knight. But Fractal with that big transition pace, even with a couple of levels of just kind of, holding the line, has got a good lead here. Tetris for Fractal, 907. All right, Fractal trying to get reestablished. Knight waiting, gets it. Tetris for Knight, 792. They're both going to get another one. So right now, Fractal with almost 120,000 point lead, one line apart, and 30 lines to go until level 29. There's going to be another speed increase, and it is virtually unsurvivable. It is the level formerly known as the kill screen, although still appropriately known as the kill screen in DAS competition. Tetris for Knight, 925. Fractal has got the 1 million points, the max out. He's on 27 at A43 and still that 120,000 point lead. So they've been keeping pace with one another the last few levels, and Knight really is just going to have to set up for like 3 or something here. I don't know what she's going to be able to do. Tetris is here going to be worth 36,000 is when they head into. Oh no, that's going to be a top out for Fractal. And if Knight can somehow, I don't know what she can possibly do, but yeah, that's going to be a double max out for these players. And Knight was back by, it was basically 2 Tetrises. A Tetris on 29 worth 36. That times 2 is 72. So it's really a 2 Tetris difference. If Knight could have found a way to set up for a bunch, maybe there was a possibility, but easier said than done. That's for sure. So GG's to both players, double max outs. Game number 1 here in round 2. Okay, players, new pieces for y'all. Is this top 16? The next round will be top 16. Yeah, so this is the round before the top 16. This is the round of 24. Or round 2. And you will be playing NGC Man after this in the top 16. Blue Scooty's grandpa is here. Not a Scooty in sight, and yet the Scooty grandparents are here chilling on the couch watching Tetris on a Saturday afternoon. They can't get enough. The Scooty family cannot get enough of the Tetris. Do you, everybody else in chat, do you wish your family, I don't know why, all right, we got to pin seats here, A886AF. Do you wish your family was into Tetris as much as Scooty's entire family is? Or are you like happy not to have them involved? Now, I don't have a family, so I can't answer that. I like literally I have no one's related to me. I just came out of the ground just as I am. Okay, looks like both players are ready. A88-6AF. Both players are ready here in game number 2. Fractal is up 1-0. Galizer said each person in the family should have a different color, like green Scooty, maroon Scooty. I tend to agree with that. Okay, Fractal with a little cheeky kind of something going on there resulted in I think an accidental iTuck setup, but I don't know. Or maybe it was an intentional iTuck setup after an unintentional something or other. Okay, Fractal trying to keep that well open. And we're a little droughty right here. Players trying to get a well-timed bar. And there are no well-timed bars. And yeah, bars are coming. They are ill-timed. And this is part of NES Tetris, is dealing with the droughts and all the randomness of the piece distribution and trying to stay alive despite it. This is what they corrected in modern versions of Tetris. And oh no, both players. Oh no, that's going to be a top out for Knight at 36,000. And there is a Tetris for Fractal. And oh my word. Yeah, that RNG was very trolly. And this is, yeah, a game of all time. Can you imagine this? This is the match that we had to like wait 2 weeks to make sure it was like this is what we get after waiting 2 weeks of rescheduling. Anyway, all right. Yeah, it was both of you guys. I think it was just RNG or something, but that is crazy. But you know, back to serious Tetris Monthly. Fractal up 2-0. So Knight is gonna need to win this next game to stay in. RXS says, right after I say this is going to be a good stream. Well, listen, we're playing Tetris. We're watching Tetris. What, I mean, everything could be so much worse, RXS, you know? This is, every stream is a good stream. I don't know why, but out of the corner of my eye, whatever Fractal was doing to mess up his hair, I thought he was like rubbing his belly and patting his head at the same time to like show off how coordinated he was. That was weird. I don't know why I don't know why I thought that. B22DD3. B22DD3. Your physical coordination is unmatched. Well, yeah, I mean, you've got proof. All right, let's go ahead and get these players started in game number 3. Knight needs to win to stay in. So please, players, don't top out. We did not wait like 2 weeks for Knight's controller to get shipped just to go down in flames in 20 minutes. Like, let's go. Amit Pro with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. Amit Pro says Vandy. All right, this is good. It's good so far. Tetrises are happening, clean boards. Vandy, what happens if you accidentally qualify for Das Masters? Who will do the commentary? And why would it be Kingsman and Moodoos? Yeah, I would commission them to do it, and I would pay good money to be covered by those two. Well, I wouldn't pay Kingsman because he'd do it for free, and I don't think Moodoos would do it for any amount of money. I think he's moved on, but 95,000 for Knight, 94,000 for Fractal. I'm trying. One of these days, I'm gonna get in. That is my goal, is to get into Das Masters while it still exists. Obviously, I can't get into it if it doesn't exist, so I got to keep it running long enough. You know, there are moments when I'm like, man, what am I doing? Tetris, can I do Wasn't I destined for so much more? But I'm like, no, I gotta make Das Master, so I gotta keep it running until I get in. As soon as I get in, it's over. 145 for Knight, 164 for Fractal. And DM. KMF DM, right? Nobody knows what that is. 196 for Knight, gets a Tetris 219, 211 for Fractal. Number 31 seed Elp versus number 32 seed Vandy. I mean, the way that I get in is probably like this becomes like so unpopular that it's very similar to how I got into Masters that first time in April of 2018. Which is like nobody's playing and they need like somebody to round out the bracket. And that's how I'll get in. I mean, I guess I could have played in Sharky's spot. Like, why not? Me versus Knight? Pretty hype. 270 for Knight, 259 for Fractal. Okay, Fractal going to take that triple on the right side. All right, Fractal with a nice cleanup of that one row of garbage. Tetris for Knight, 317, 292 for Fractal. Well, this is more like it. But I gotta get that first max, and then once you get the first max, they tend to just roll off, like you've uncorked it, and then the maxes tend to happen. At least this is what I have observed for a lot of people. Now, not every person. Kingsman claims to have maxed on Thanksgiving. He was so inspired by seeing his Thanksgiving turkey. I don't even fully understand the story, but he's like, oh, I love that turkey. And then I'm gonna go play a game of Tetris, and then he maxed out off stream, thinking about turkey. But there's been no pop off from Kingsman just now rolling maxes off easily. This is why I don't buy Kingsman's story. Like, usually people start to be able to max it, they start to get it. Tetris for Fractal, 415, 438 for Knight. Tetris Fractal, 438, 437 for Knight. I mean, I do believe the part about him being extremely motivated by turkey, but the rest of it, I don't know, doesn't wash. Tetris for Fractal, 460, 484 for Knight. You think there was performance-enhancing turkey there, Rodri? I don't think he had eaten it yet. I think he was yearning for turkey. And somehow he was able to transmute that yearning into the focus needed to get a max out. 554 for Knight, 529 for Fractal. I gotta admit, all this turkey talk, I've developed a little bit of a yearning for turkey. Maybe I should try to max out. 576 for Fractal, 579 for Knight. There's a Tetris for Knight just after getting into 19. She's at 604. Fractal 578, gonna take a double in an awkward board into 19. But, oh, look at this. Going dirty. Kind of risking it all here. But okay. Was able to manage it. Still got a well going. Able to quick tap piece over to the left to keep this going. And Knight gets the Tetris and is pumped. The Tetris goes in for Fractal finally. But Knight now in the lead by about 68,000. Fractal's board getting a little bit high, too high for Das comfort. We'll see him start to try to bring this down. Knight's board climbing, and that right side. Okay, that's a top up for Knight. The target for Fractal is 693. At the very least, we got a 19 transition out of these two. Okay, this is spicy for Fractal. Okay, he opens up the right side. He gets a Tetris down. He's at 666. He's less than a Tetris away. And he doesn't even need it. I mean, obviously, he can single and double this to as much as he wants, but he's got to maintain focus here. You can see him. He's kind of... oh, my goodness. You can see on his face, he has a little bit of concerned face. Like, this is not the easiest board to deal with. You get a bad run of pieces. Oh, look at that. There's a triple down there. He's now 8,000 away. This is not a gimme. Das is a fickle mistress. All right, 1,500 points away. There's the triple, and that's going to do it. Fractal is going to hang on, survive long enough to take this match in a sweep. 3-0. And yeah, this was a match of all time. Of all the Tetris matches I've seen, this was one of them. So this is going to go in the books as a victory for Fractal for 3-1. 3-0. 3-0. 0. I will go ahead and report this. I got to report the Sharky one as well. GG's to you, Knight. Always a pleasure. I think you're still in... Are you in... I think you're in Masters, right? Like regular old boring Masters. So, yeah, you are. And eventually we will play that. I think you're in the same spot, aren't you? Aren't you in the same seed in Masters? Yeah, I think she's in normal Masters too. Okay, let me report this. 3-0. It's all right. Well, she's gonna do much better in regular Masters. Okay, so now we have a bracket. Folks, we have a top 16. Let's go zippity zoop and refresh it. There it is. There is your top 16. Pixelandy versus Fractal. What the heck? The number 1 and number 2 ranked players in DAS in the Premier Poll playing against each other in top 16. Eliash Miles, NGC Chroma. That's about to happen. Rorschach Bendy. Scooty Dog. Giovanni Wallband, Leo Salted Sofa, Merc or Tugi. This is very... Jay in the window says normal Masters where the kids play with the controller on their foot. Yeah, that is normal. That is regular. Mustache Cannon with the Twitch sub. Okay, Chroma and NGC, are you ready to go now? I see Chroma in chat. NGC has been in chat. You're ready to go now, right? That would be amazing if you were ready to go now. You need a few minutes to warm up. Okay. NGC says ready, Freddy. I swear NGC man is like 50 years old. Nobody says ready, Freddy. Except for NGC man. And like... people I know that are older than me. All right, so 4-29. I'll set. Excuse me. I'll set up the match, and then we will get started. So yeah, start warming up there, Chroma person. You say Rederico Frederico. Your parents say Ready Freddy. Yeah, exactly. The 25 in NGC man means born in 25. I believe that. From Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, just like Rameshan's shirt. Remember? That's from Five Nights at Freddy's. You guys don't know that? Okay, Chroma with the squish cam. I'm in favor of it. I am in favor of squish cam. But I have to guess someone. This is always the thing. So Chroma on the squish cam, and I always have to decide, all right, just exactly how wide is this person, right? This is my fun little game I get to play for myself. Like, now is this how wide Chroma is? Or is it like, it's definitely not that, and it's definitely not this. So like, this seems about right. I think this is about right. And I'm going by the other objects, but those are all at a weird aspect here. So I think it's about right. No, bad? No, bad. Wider? Is you this wide? How wide are you? All right, let's see. Right here? I think you're right here. Right there. Okay, good. Oh, no, you want it like super wide. All right, that's fine. That's fine. And NGC man, you're that wide. I think that's how wide you are. I'm sticking to it. Oh, whoops. All right, there's this this Joker on the left. I gotta make him bigger to match Chroma's face. All right, need roughly similar faces. Don't make you look like that Putin meme. I don't think that's exactly Chroma's dimensions, but there's only so much I think it's a little too wide, actually. All right, it's hard to say. Also, it's like a wide angle lens, so it's distorting. You know? I think this is good. Carnation instant breakfast. You're gonna love it in an instant. What's up, Summer B? All right, don't move. NGC man, don't move. Don't do anything. Just play. Play. I literally said don't move. Play it. You're not on stencil. Or at least my slot is not on stencil here. Play it. Play a match. Play a game. Play a game. Play a game. There you go. Thank you, my son. Okay. Okay. I mean, I can't believe I'm still adjusting stencils in 2025. It's fine. You know, they're good. They're good. They're good people, but bad at stencils. Kip Duran, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. That's something square. It doesn't matter. You've got this wide angle lens and it's all distorting everything anyway. All right, you're fine. It looks good. You look awesome. You look great. All right, players, are you warmed up, Chroma? Are you warmed up? We have 43 minutes to play this match. You're warmed up. All right, I'm going to give you players of pieces. There they are. Oh, I leaked the script, guys. 3-0 NGC, man. Whoops. And this is top 16. Let me get the rounds correct. There we go. Yes, same piece sets, input display, hertz meter. Yes, that is right. Yes, I'm gonna type yes and say yes. Now I gotta put my hat on so I can get into my Vandy character. Okay. The hat is on. You actually have a Vandy character? I mean, I don't run around in regular life going, you know, oh my God, tuna fish. You know, I'm not acting. I'm excited by the Tetris, but, you know, you're a little more, you know, a little muted in real life. 42FAB1, 42FAB1. All right, looks like both players are ready. Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters Top 16. NGC Man versus CHROMA. The winner goes to the top 8. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Refresh your stream, please. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it. You just go. You play Tetris. All right. We have 2 moving players. Maybe the best. No, yeah, we have one player who's moving, and the other player's active but barely moving. I mean, he's kind of very. It's kind of just there. Anyway, on the left side of your screen, it is NGC Man. Qualified into seed number 4. Whoops. With a 1.11 million, that was the average of his best 2 games played in a 60-minute qualifying period. He's from the United States of America. He's got a PB with DAS of 1.31 million. That's right, 1.3. Very few people with a 1.3. What are we at, 11, 12 now? That is good for about 6 on the overall list. NGC Man was rated the 16th highest rated player in the most recent DAS Premier poll, and that's after really not playing too much Tetris. I mean, NGC Man just living in people's heads. They keep rating him. He's not playing, and they keep rating him. So now he's back, and so maybe he'll climb the leaderboard again. All right, CHROMA uncovers that right side. A quick long bar, that is going to be helpful. 106 for CHROMA, 151 for NGC Man. NGC Man, a former world record holder, had the second highest level 19 start, has now the second highest level 19 start with DAS. And that was until Meme got her 1.3 million with DAS on a 19 start. The only player to have done that, at least when I wrote this down. This, I think, is NGC Man's 3rd or 4th DAS Masters appearance. Was 6th in Jonas Cup last year. There's also a top 8 in CTWC Silver in the online year, 2020. And you know those CT DAS tournaments that happened between 2021, 2024, or 2023? NGC Man won 2 of the test ones and 1 of the real ones. 213 for NGC Man, 166 for CHROMA. And in that DAS test one, yeah, that you want to go back and I forget exactly, was it the real or the DAS or the test one? I don't remember, but you want to go back and see that finals. 164 for Chroma, 261 for NGC Man. Okay, 239 here for Chroma, 284 NGC Man. And on the right side, it is Chroma who qualified into seed number 29 with a 967 qualifier representing Korea with a 1.17 PB. I think this is Chroma's third or fourth time in DAS Masters. And you know, this is the second time Chroma has been in the top 16 starting from round 1 seeding. The last time was I think it was the most recent time, or it was February, March or February. Went out versus Robin, right? Anyway, Chroma, the community tournament winner in December 2023. Was in Mega Masters in 2024 and played in the online Korea tournament. Took second to Trap Zone in 2021. 340 for Chroma. 411 for NGC Man. And Chroma with that crispity clean emulator capture there. And NGC Man with the crusty old analog capture. I'm loving the contrast. 390 for Chroma, 458 for NGC Man. Chroma defeated Vance in round 1 and Scamper in round 2 to make it here into this top 16. Of course, NGC Man gets a 2-round bye in virtue of that top 8 seeding. So, of course, Chroma with that emulator capture is playing on keyboard. 438 for Chroma, now 462 into 19. NGC Man at 512. They're 2 lines apart, about 60,000 points apart. Not crusty enough, needs more coax. Yeah, I agree. Does anyone under the age of 30 know what coax is? $497 for Chroma, $544 for NGC Man. Or what about anyone under 40? Anyone? Okay, Tetris for Chroma, 527, 550 for NGC Man. They're into level 21. They both get a Tetris. Vandy, what will you do for your birthday? What I'm guessing is that despite my request from my schedulers to not do something on my birthday, someone will schedule a solo match for DAS Masters at 6 p.m. That is my guess, that someone will do that. 591 for Chroma. Oh, I forgot, but it's the only time they can play because one of them has a pool party to go to. That's my guess. 598 for Chroma, 616 for NGC Man. Oh, they can't get out of it. They have to go to this pool party, so it's the literal only time this month they could play this match. It's like, that's what I'm guessing will happen. 637 for Chroma, 631 for NGC Man. Hana says we need to bring back one-day Masters. Show up or no Masters for you. Yeah, what if we don't stream it and then we just just play back the recording throughout the month. 640 for NGC, man. 675 for CHROMA. 1 day, 32 player Masters. Let's do it. Okay, both players in a bit of a pickle here. They are very close in score. CHROMA, though, going to top out, and NGC Man is good. They were pretty much tied. In fact, NGC Man was back by like maybe 1,000 points when CHROMA topped out, and NGC Man's board wasn't exactly great at the moment, so I think CHROMA was just trying to eke out whatever last points he could. And yeah, it doesn't matter. NGC Man is good. You can mulling it out to 29, no biggie. NGC Man takes game number 1. When I start streaming, I want to upgrade to composite because it would be easier to hook it up to a capture card. Yeah, you would. That is easier. 897 NGC Man into 29. 12.02 hertz there on the screen. Sus, man. No, I'm just kidding. All right. He did the thing. Oh, what did I miss? He did. Oh, he got 7 lines into 29. Oh, shoot. I didn't even notice. He set up on 29. All right. New pieces for the players. I don't always watch the Mullins because I can get ahead and do other things. Okay. New pieces players. 308720. 308720. After this, we do have Masters. I think it's Dog Toogie SV versus Deck for a semifinal spot. So after this, still 3 more matches. The prize pool could use some love, my people. So we're at 609.70. We would love to get to 1,200. Your 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, whatever you can spare would be great. Show support for DAS tournaments. 308-720. Both players are ready. Game number 2. NGC Man up 1 game to none. Use the Match Reno command to bring up the links. The third link is the one for DAS Masters. Whatever you got kicking around, 1, 5, 10, whatever. If we get to 1,200, we can pay the top 8. Otherwise, it's just the top 4. I think that would be demoralizing. And players would be like, it's not even worth playing. Blah. You know, you don't want that. Prize pool party? A prize pool party. Yeah, anyway, serious question on my birthday. I have no plans. I'm not a big like, oh, we must have a special occasion. I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't make a big deal of birthdays. Is it repression? Is it low self-esteem? I don't know. Why don't I want to have birthday party? I don't want to like a fuss made, you know, but what is it? Don't know. 52,000 for CHROMA, 114 for NGC Man. Did we ever have the 10K followers stream? Yeah, we're going to do that this month. I wanted to wait till Mega Masters was over, and it was only over like, you know, a week ago. So we will have it. You feel like it's embarrassing to have a birthday party? Oh, interesting. The older you get, birthdays turn into like, I made it. Yeah, and people say that kind of sentiment where they're like, well, you're getting older. I don't feel that way at all. Like, I just feel like a young person. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't feel like, oh, I'm getting, everybody like jokes, oh, I'm getting old, but I don't really feel like that. I feel fine. I feel great. I feel energetic, optimistic. about the future. Is that weird? 195 for Chroma, 219 for NGC, man. Yeah, but I've never really wanted birthday parties, like, ever. So it's not an age thing. As you get older, you have birthday dinners where you go out somewhere nice. Yeah, I mean, we do that. That's what we do. But that's what I've always preferred. The only thing old about Vandy is my hair. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there's no denial. It just, you know, I don't know. I just feel good and optimistic and whatever. $292 for Chroma, $315 for NGC, man. Vandy had a fro. Yeah, I don't know. Let me think. What did my hair? Let me try to think. What Tetris player had hair similar to mine? That's the only way I can. I've posted pictures in the past of like teenage Vandy. 384 for NGC, man. 362 for Chroma. What color was it? It's so weird to talk in the past tense about your hair. Yeah, I was just kind of like dirty blonde. Turning browner as I got older. $432 NGC, man. $388 for Chroma. Guys, you guys are making me talk about myself too much, and I have one of my executive producers gets very upset when I talk about myself. $413 for Chroma. They want a special Patreon tier where there's no commentary and they can just watch it with just all they want is they said they want the music and the Tetris, and that's all they want. Which I guess we could do that if you want. It's not actually hard to do. $459 for Chroma, $501 for NGC, man. Who's my executive producer? No. I have about 13,000 executive producers. $488 for Chroma. Now $511 after a Tetris. $528 for NGC, man. Well, I don't get why they can't just mute it and then put whatever music they want on, you know? Like, just do that. $578 for NGC, man. $558 for Chroma. All right, 607 NGC, main level 20. $558 for Chroma. $640 Chroma, $642 NGC, man. Chroma ahead by 22,000 points. Okay, Tetris Chroma 728, 708 NGC, man. 50 lines to go until level 29. The speed is going to double. It's virtually unsurvivable. with Das. Very few people have gotten to level 30. I think last time I looked, it was like 17 people. And Pixelandy, of course, getting to level, is it 31? No, 32, right? Was it 32? And that was during Das Masters. Yeah, 32. So whatever, you know, we just keep finding new ways to have world records happen on the stream. For a while, it seemed like there was a new world record like every month. It slowed down a little bit, but 812 for CHROMA, 856 for NGC Man. I think the 39 cap is kind of, you know, obviously put the damper on some world records, right? You're not going to get overall score world records anymore because, you know, that would be ridiculous now. You know, oh, Dog's at 32 million, Alex T's at, you know, 28 million. He's just one Tetris away, you know, like that would be ridiculous. Okay, both players careening toward level 29, 934 NGC Man, 922 for CHROMA. NGC trying to get set up here. He's gonna need Burns now. Oh boy, that left side is gonna be tough. He skims away, gets a Tetris. That Tetris is not gonna be enough though. He needed to set up for 2 again. CHROMA is ahead and will take game number 2. And there's the max for CHROMA into 29, so double 29s. And the average, the max average, the script was not leaked. True, yeah, the script was still in place until this game. So CHROMA now throwing the whole thing out the window. Okay, players, you can take a moment if you need, but I do have, I'm going to give you the pieces. CHROMA says, okay, I take at least one game and I get another max. It's time to get eliminated. All right. That sounds like a terrible thing to, like, hey, dude, get eliminated. Sounds like Valley Girl talk. Like, whatever, get eliminated. Gag me with a spoon. That's on a soundboard now. That's great. Okay. 90B9OF. 90B9OF. All right, CHROMA sitting, thinking, shaking. CHROMA's shaking. Just trying to center himself, just trying to feel good. All right, both players ready. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3. NGC Man and CHROMA tied. Heading into game 3. Anyway, back to my hair, guys. No. Yeah, I had kind of, actually, I think NGC Man, I had kind of NGC Man hair color a little bit. And I had that haircut probably, you know, at age 13 through 15. It is. Oh, you clipped it. Oh, great. And then I had I don't know. Then I hit my, you know, kind of dark Vandy phase. It was like the grunge era, you know. So around 15. You know, I was wearing flannel shirts and ripped up jeans and whatever you wore back then. And my hair was, I had big sideburns and my hair would just flop down like in front of my eyes and the whole thing. So, All right, the Vits filled in for NGC Man 94,000. Chroma trying to uncover. Yeah, I was crazy. I was known for my sideburns in high school. Tetris Chroma 107, 167 for NGC Man. Like General Burnside? I mean, they weren't like, I mean, they were, I kept them shaved down, not shaved down, but trimmed down a bit. Yeah, chops. I don't know why you guys care. I mean, there's Tetris on the screen, man, but you guys all seem very interested. Tetris Chroma 137, 191 NGC Man. I mean, I know that one guy on YouTube doesn't care, but. Now, the real unfortunate thing is like when I was, let's see, between like 10 and 12 going into 13, my sister, she's significantly older than me. She was, she's 8 years older. And she was in like hairdressing school. And so I was her guinea pig. And like she would just practice like different stylish cuts on my hair. So I had like a rat tail, I had like spiky hair, I had like shaved sides and like carving lines into my head. Like, it just was stupid. And she wasn't talented. He was not talented, so they were always off. They weren't right. $237 for Chroma, $333 for NGC Man. You want to see that rat tail? I don't know if I have a lot of pictures. I mean, if that's what your hair was like, would you have been taking a lot of pictures? I don't have a lot. But like, yeah, like I had it for like, a couple of days and then I like cut it off. Like it was so stupid. I just cut it off with a pair of scissors. Is she a hairdresser now? I have no idea what she's doing. I haven't talked to her in years. I was so traumatized by the hair, but that I just cut off all communication. 308 for Chroma, 403 for NGC Man. You think I don't seem like a hair kind of guy? I was famous in high school for my hair. Like I was an outlier. El Peltum, what are you even saying, bro? 377 for Chroma, 472 for NGC Man. Flatburns. Bacon says I was a Valley girl in the 90s. Yeah, it's confirmed. $512 for NGC Man, $427 for Chroma. Look at that. El Peltum has somehow developed self-awareness in the last 45 seconds. Amazing. $459 for Chroma, $543 for NGC Man. And Chroma and NGC Man are into 19. About an 80,000 point lead for NGC. Okay, a skimming at Tetris there for NGC Man 625, 562 for CHROMA. We are tied in this match. There's so little room for error in these DAS matches. I mean, oh no, CHROMA gonna get a Tetris. How is he gonna uncover the left side and the right side? And the answer is he's not. 616 CHROMA. That's a top out. NGC Man, you are good in game number 3, and you'll be going up 2-1. Like, whatever. Get eliminated. Yeah, I can't. Why did I say that? Would you consider doing best of 7 all the way? Or bringing best of 7 to normal Masters finals? I would consider both of those things, actually. But I'd have to consult the players. I mean, the fact is, we're not going... It's not like we're doing all-day streams anymore, right? We're doing... A person's playing 1 or 2 matches most per broadcast. So it's like best of 7s are not that bad, you know, even if they get double best of 7s. So I don't know. You love my comments about your age herring game catcher. I'm sorry. Is that okay? You do love them, or is there a stroke S at the end? Because I want to be respectful. I mean, I don't want to be respectful, but I will be when requested. Okay, good. New pieces players. 5A44FE. 5A44FE. Best of 6. No, I don't want to be respectful. I want to be disrespectful because that's more fun. But if people want to be respected, I will respect them. Unless they don't deserve to be respected, and then I won't. But then I won't talk about them. You're an old soul. You would love to be respected? All right, Vance, I hereby respect you. I will never talk about you ever again. I'll never make fun of your tank top or anything else ever again. It's over. 5A44FE. I'll consult with the players about best of 7. I'll do a poll. In fact, there's some there, you know, with the top players, not you know, people like Mustache Cannon. No, Mustache Cannon is good. Vandy, do you like the New York Yankees? No. All right, let's see. Players run seed. Players ready to go. NGC up 2-1. Time for game number 4. CHROMA needs to win to stay in. Vandy, do you like the New York Yankees? I don't, but I don't dislike the New York Yankees. I'm a Red Sox fan, have been my entire life, as far back as I can remember. But I don't dislike the Yankees. Like, I realize there's like what 30 teams, 30 teams or whatever it is, right? So obviously all these teams need to have fans, and if there weren't other teams, then there'd be nobody for my team to play. So I don't know why I would hate the other team. Like, I don't even know those people. Like, I don't root for the Yankees. I want them to lose. They're in my division, but I don't hate them. I mean, yeah, they're fine. They've got some great players. I never liked the thing where, like, they can't have, you know, beards and mustaches, and that whole thing I think is a little silly and arbitrary and meaningless. Vandy, do you like Asian cinema? Do I like Asian cinema? I like the cinema, and there are some movies made by some Asians that I like, Akira Kurosawa. And then I don't remember, but I don't know, I guess. I mean, is that Asian cinema? I just cinema. I don't think about it as being Asian, or I just think of it as good films, right? I don't know. I just like things when they are good, and I don't care where they come from. 121 for NGC, man. 188 for CHROMA. Vandy, do you like cows or goats? Milk-wise, cows. And goat-wise, I haven't had too much goat milk as a drink, but I do love goat cheese. Yeah, so there you go. Any other questions I can answer? That one particular executive producer is gonna love this. Lashal, thanks for the prime sub. 172 for NGC, man. 246 for CHROMA. Oh, you mean as animals to hang out with? I'd rather hang out with a goat, actually. They seem to be more playful pals, whereas cows just kind of sit there. And you watch a lot of funny goat videos, although they can be a little dangerous, And I like the way goats sound. Do I like Goat Yay or whatever? I don't know how you pronounce that band's name. Not particularly. There's that one song. And the song is fine, but overplayed. I definitely don't like that, Zook. Definitely don't like that. 271 for NGC, man. Okay, 541 for CHROMA, 345 for NGC, man. Can you explain the Gulf of Tonkin incident? I don't know that incident. I cannot do that. I don't know. I'm ignorant. 536 for CHROMA, 419 for NGC, man. Okay, 588 CHROMA. He's on 19 now. Tetris for NGC, man, into 19 at 489. Longbar goes into column 9 to get set up for NGC, man. He's trying to keep that left well open. Longbar gets over Tetris, NGC, man. He's taking a couple of skims here. Just trying to keep it flat and give himself some burns. And he needed them. Okay, he's going to uncover again. 523 for NGC. 598 for CHROMA. CHROMA's board Needs some help. Oh no, the center of this is it. Chroma's going to top out at 600K. So there is a target for NGC man of 601. He's got a lot of time to do it. He's flat. He's taking a skim here. He knows the situation now. And so now he knows he can take these triples. So CHROMA, yeah, CHROMA just, you can watch it happen in slow motion. I'm like, oh no, not that, you know. But there's only so much you can do. I mean, DAS is tricky. So NGC man trying to win it right now. He knows what's up. He knows what he's got to do. You can see him playing more conservatively. He's building out the left and, you know, the extreme left and the extreme right. And CHROMA knows, you know, knows for whom the bell tolls. Okay, one more line clear should do it, and that is it. NGC man has taken this one 3 games to 1. CHROMA, another good run for you. Started in round 1, you made it into the top 16. One of these days, you're going to break through and extend that run, but that day is not going to be today because NGC man is moving on. And I guess I should do this. Let's see, he's leaning forward here. There we go. All right, now NGC can take his foot off the gas a little bit if he wants to, but he's going to mullen it out. And look at that. We are just in time. This was the script. CHROMA kept to the script because he knew the next stream had to start at 2 o'clock. $817 NGC man now. And we'll watch him mulling it out. I'll go ahead and report this to the Tetris police. And there it is. NGC man, you are good. You are moving on again. Congrats to you and GG's to you, CHROMA, on another good run. It just, the problem is you always run into like a monster in the top 16. But CHROMA may be, you know, developing into one of those monsters, so we'll see how it goes. But that is your top 16. We now have a top 8, which you can't really, I don't have a top 8 to show you, but I can show you the top 32 if you want to see the whole thing. There it is. Okay, I'm going to have to go offline for like 2 minutes because I have to switch to a different, just because I want to keep the stream separate if I can for the Masters, the top 16. So I'm going to go offline for 2 minutes. Twitch, you guys just stay here. YouTube, you'll have to go to the other, whatever that thing is called, the other slot, whatever, the other stream that is scheduled. So, but thank you to those of you who supported us this stream. And there you are. We didn't have any prize pool contributions, but that's okay. New followers, Amin and Maini. And Twitch subs, Blingus, Amit, Mustache Cannon, Lashal. And thank you again to our patrons. And I'll do the full patron thank you at the end of the whole thing. But all right, 2 minutes, guys. YouTube, we will see you in a bit. Go to the other stream. Bye. And then Twitch, you guys just stay right here. I'll be back.